Alright, we're back. Just got done with our bracer training, and now it's time to go out into the world and see things and talk to people. Hey there, Estelle and Joshua. Oh, hi, Ridge. Looks like your training is over, isn't it? I'm humbled to know that you two are the youngest ever to pass the bracer exam. I look forward to working you in the same capacity. Ourselves as well. Have to get back to work now, but if there's anything you don't understand, give me a holler. Congratulations! You two are now official members of the Bracer Guild. From now on, I'm gonna be passing jobs out to you like candy. Bring it on! That's all I have to say. I look forward to working with the guild. Hurry up and come on! Wait for me, Luke! Oh, it's you two. Oh, great. It's Estelle. Hi there, Joshua. Okay, you little twerp. What's with the, oh, great, it's Estelle remark? And what's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're heading? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? The roads are full of monsters, I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their fat noses in boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe. Tisk. How wrong you are. Luke, how incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there is better tasting milk in Liberal than the milk that comes from the Purcell farm. What? No way! You're full of it, Estelle. In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers! More like bracers in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now, a high pony, on the other hand. Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for the both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend. But this isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. I can accept that Joshua became a bracer before me. The game passed up by the likes of Estelle? What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people are allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You'd better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to train my secret base, and before you know it, I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. Alright, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. That boy, Luke. He's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he just plain hates me or something. Brother, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it. It's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds totally intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. Well, Now that we've done our jobs, seems like it's going to be a bit longer for me to get the lumber together for this order. I must work hard to get my father-in-law to acknowledge me, for my sake. Or, yeah, you have the wrong voice there. Whatever. Hey, Estelle and Joshua, is it true that you're really bracers? You're always one of the first to hear everything, aren't you, Claire? This is just what I expected. I saw the potential in you both way back, Kipil. You're going to get out there and earn a lot of success, right? I like Scheherazad's adult charm, but I'm partial to both of you and Joshua. Huh? I'll take that as a compliment. Go back to here. Crunch, smack, slurp. Chew, chew, chew. Munch, munch, munch. Gorp. I better get back to the mine before the boss figures out I ditched work. Looks like that's the same as it was. Let's see, I made contact with some people at the Amalgam Mine, and we're working out a few business deals at the moment. Please wait just a little longer. That's pretty much all the same. There are a few places where it's changed, so I'm going to go back here. There is something that I'm so distressed. He's my type, and I like to accept his proposal, but just that this place is not my ideal situation. Is a place or whatever really that important? Of course it is. This could be the memory of a lifetime. Maybe the place that comes to my mind when I'm an old grandma and dying on my deathbed. I just can't accept an alleyway like this as being that place. Haha, I guess this kind of thing can only be understood by those involved. I've confessed to her several times since this morning, but I can't get her to accept my love. It doesn't seem like she hates me or anything. What am I doing wrong? Oh, you poor sweet boy. Trying to get up here. I love my daddy so much. He's so strong and he's always nice to me. I've already started dinner for the night. I'm making plenty, so hopefully my husband will be coming home today. Staying overnight in the mine and working through the night is pretty common for him. It's almost time for my husband to come home from work. I better get to work on preparing dinner. My son Pat has been gone since this morning. Hope he's not getting in any trouble with Luke. I'm worried about what he's up to. Thanks to the airlines in recent days, even Roland has been able to get a good selection of books. And thanks to that, I find myself compelled to buy a new one each time I head to the store. But I get yelled at my wife so much for getting so many, so maybe I should cut back a bit. I've only got the first chapter of this novel, so if you want, I'll give it to you. Now, that's the first chance you got to get Carnelia Chapter 1. You can also get it in the future, but I'd prefer to just do it now, so don't forget. Just when I thought that Luke would come home, he took off out the door again. I told the boy that dinner was almost ready, too. That boy is always running around like his pants are on fire. He just can't sit still for 2 minutes. And as you can see, many of the text options for many of the people have changed. Some of them are the same now, like the choo-choo-choo guy. Let's see what's updated in the clock tower. A beautiful sound as always. I love the lull of this tower bell. The bell does more than tell the time. It is also marking Roland's history. Now, see what's new at the mayor's. The missus sometimes helps me with my jobs around the house. On top of that, she treats me like I'm part of the family. She even took me out to eat the other day. I couldn't be happier. Lisa takes care of all the housework, but I feel a bit awkward about it and often end up doing some of it myself. I'm sure it's because I used to do it all myself before coming to live at this house. It appears like I'm taking Lisa's job away, so I wonder if I'm causing her any trouble. Compared to other cities, Roland is certainly rural with no distinct features. However, I love this city. There's just something warm and inviting about Roland. I want to build a city that gives importance to that atmosphere. The tippity tap of the mayor's residence, which is quite large. Let us see what the chapel has. Still, you seem to be rather cheerful today. Did something wonderful happen in your life? Hee hee. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Joyous occasions are indeed a wonderful thing, but it is at times when things go well that we should gird up our loins for the trials that lie ahead. O goddess Adius of the firmament, please guide these unseasoned youths. I'm a newly assigned sister to this chapel. I was recently transferred to the royal city to Roland. This place is surrounded by greenery, and everyone in town is so kind. I think I'm going to enjoy it here. Follow Divine is big strict, but he's someone I can respect a lot. is time to go to the store of the rhinoceros. Hey there, Estelle and Joshua. How can I help you? Did you manage to become bracers? You bet we did. Maybe I should have you start calling me Hyper Bracer Estelle from now on. By the way, Mr. Rhino, did the liberal news come in? Yeah, came in a little afternoon. Don't brush me off like that, you two. Oh, whatever. I'll take one copy then. That comes to 100 mira, please. I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine, but does it really sell that well? Sure does. The Liberal News has an excellent reporter and camerawoman who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They're even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. One more thing before you go. This gift is my way of saying congratulations. It's a free sample item I received with my shipment of goods, but don't hold the free part against me. What's this supposed to be? There's a ton of blank pages. It's a recipe book, isn't it? You got it. When you get hurt fighting, you just limit yourself to healing bombs all the time. It's gonna get pretty deep into your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free. Assuming you have all the ingredients anyway, so if you eat something new, write down and you'll have lots of recipes in no time. So how about we try this out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle. Well, I have made a personal rule to never turn down sweets. Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had an opportunity to try before. Well, that seems pretty convenient. It's not like I don't eat cooking and all. It's just that I never seem to get any better. I'd sure love to be able to increase my... I'd sure like to be able to increase my repertoire and really shock my dad's taste buds. Really shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life. That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of any ingredients, I'd be delighted to service your cooking needs. You really know how to solicit your customers. Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use. Eating the recommended dish at restaurants or using the to-go meals adds the recipe to the recipe books. By selecting the recipe book, all learned recipes will be displayed. As long as the necessary ingredients are available, the food can be made. There are two types of food: sit-down meals, which must be eaten in the spot, and to-go meals, which can be carried as items. Sit-down meals cannot be carried as items. Ingredients used for cooking can be bought at a store or acquired from monsters. I'm so glad the Rhine stores finally got on track. Seems as though it has become much easier to get products since he started having them brought in by airliner. Ever since the first orbits were invented, this world has become a much easier place to live in. But is easier better? That's actually... Estelle, Joshua, am I glad I found you two. Oh, hi Anna. Is something wrong? You seem to be in quite a hurry. We've got a bit of a problem. Is your father at home today? Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on? You know Luke and Pat, right? Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago. What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble? I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Uni that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies on the northern outskirts of Brolin. You mean the Tower of Ismilus? Isn't that place supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters? That's what they say. Unfortunately, at the moment, Scheherazade is out on bracer business. So I wanted to ask your father to bring the boys home safely. What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go after them and bring them back. I don't know. That's such a good idea. The two of you only just qualify to be junior bracers today. With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower. I understand. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. In an emergency request from the Bracer Guild, I ask that you lose no time in bringing out the safe return of these children. Roger that. Understood. The Ismailis Tower can be reached by taking the western path to the junction along the Malga Trail. You can get into the Malga Trail through Roland's northwest gate. I'll be on standby as a guild. If you run into any trouble, you know where to find me. This is our first real job. Come on, Joshua. We don't have any time to lose. I'm right behind you. The Malga Trail is through the northwest gate. That's the smaller exit next to the landing port. I know already. We're gonna go to the Malga Trail. Now, from this point on in the stream, I will be encountering every monster. Just for the heck of it. Show you guys some of the monsters that are available in this game. I will be trying to avoid. The other thing I will be doing for your convenience is speeding up my traversals. There are the treasure chests. There's a reviving bomb. Not a thing remains in this chest except a lonely dead spider. Some silliness. I'm so glad that Exceed did the thing with the chest messages. A little bit of fun.
go.
Well, because this is a Trails game, we're going to go the opposite way that we should. And
That's that then.
we shall look for more chests. We'll try and avoid monsters if we can. Generally, when you're playing, you want to find all the monsters you can. There's no real drawback to running away, as far as I know, in this game.
Alright, we're good to go.
But if I'm wrong, though, the chat will probably there's the Amalgam Mine. This is the entrance to the Amalgam Mine. If you're here on business, then I'd have to ask you to leave. We'll be going to the Amalgam Mine later. But the one good thing about this game is the benefit over Cold Steel is that there is no counterattacks. But
That's that then. Let's
the reason why I keep engaging in all these battles is so I can get my attack power up, even though I don't really need it for anything at this point in the game.
That's that then.
But still, it's a good use. Sure, there aren't any hidden anything. But and it is a good place to hide a chest. This chest is now full of disappointment.
Piece of cake.
And with that, we're battling.
Alright, we're good to go.
So, what's going on in you guys' life? Today, I tried making yesterday, I did the first portion of preparations to make a porchetta. Pretty exciting for me because porchetta is kind of a more difficult dish. There's another chest. The chest is empty. I wonder whose fault that is. Is that supposed to be a surprise for us? Because we handled it exceedingly well.
Alright, we're good to go.
Usually with surprise attacks. And that is the beautiful Ismailus Tower. Looks like we came all the way. We've come all the way to the Ismailus Tower. I didn't see any sign of them along the trail, so do you think they wandered inside? It's quite likely that's the case. Let's go in. Looks like we'll need to hurry. Alright. It's dark in here. I'm scared. Quit being a baby. We're only on the first floor of this place. Did you hear that? They really did come in here. Still, are you alright? Luke! Pat! If you can hear me, answer me now! Those little brats, are they pretending they can't hear me? They might have climbed up to the second floor. Let's hurry and see if we can find them. Now, being that this is a tower, there's probably going to be treasure. What are we going to do? Somebody help! Let's go, Joshua. Right, I've got your back. You monsters go somewhere else. No! Shoo! Shoo! Leave us alone! Chew on this. Estelle! Estelle, what are you doing here? Joshua, you're here too. Get back, you two. These monsters aren't playing around. We'll take care of them.
Good to go.
Let's see. Looks like that's that. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's safe too. By the way, that was great timing for the way you blitzed those monsters, Estelle. You really think so? Is it safe now? Oh man, that was awesome. You really showed them, Estelle. Not bad for a girl. You little twerp. Ow, that hurts. What are you trying to do to me? What's wrong with you? You even dragged poor Pat all the way up here against his will. It's time to think about what you did today. Ow, you're hurting me. Stop it. I said stop it, you violent she-devil. So this is the thanks I get for saving your neck, huh? Looks like it's time to give you some of my special discipline. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, alright, Estelle, I'm sorry. Everything is all my fault. Estelle? Shouldn't we forgive each other like they teach at school? This brat doesn't need forgiveness, but a little discipline should do the trick. Estelle, behind you. It's something with teeth, isn't it? Nice monster. I'm not going to make it in time. Huh? Dad, you came. You still lack skill and understanding, Estelle. You must always prepare for unseen danger by sharpening your senses. That's part of what it means to be a bracer. Dad? What are you doing here? I just happened to be in town and heard the whole story from Ina. I'll give you points for your quick thinking and taking action to come after the children. But you failed to follow through completely. I really messed up, didn't I? It's a good thing you showed up when you did. I'm sorry, I should have been watching your back. That just means you have room for improvement. Constantly working to overcome your weak spots is the key. Understood. So how about we head home, everyone? Can you boys walk? I think so. That was incredible, Mr. Bright. You were like a gazillion times more awesome than Estelle. Ha ha ha. Of course I was. I'm her father. Alright, everyone. Let's file on out of here. I'm with you, Mr. Bright. What's that? Who's the glory hog now? I mean, I guess I should be thankful if God saved my behind. What does that have to do and go and take all the credit like that? It really chaps my hide. That's just the way that he is. After all, he is Cassius Bright. Seems that you've had quite a day. That is just unbelievable. The second we get back to Roland, he says, I'll leave the reporting to you, and takes off for home. The sheer nerve, I tell you. There's no need to make a mountain out of a molehill. At least the boys came back safe and sound. Anyway, I think that's all there is to report. And because we ran in with Joshua, we get an extra point. You did well for your first assignment. From the details of your report alone, I believe we can commend you both for a job well done. You should be proud of yourselves. You really think so? I know so. In fact, you'll do even better on your next job. If anything else comes up, I would appreciate your help again. Sure. How about we head home too? I guess we better. I still got dinner to prepare. Would you mind holding for a second? A letter arrived for your father just a little while ago. Unfortunately, since he went straight home, I never got a chance to give it to him. You deliver it instead? Wonder if it's work? I wonder if it's work-related stuff. I imagine so. The letter appears to be from one of our foreign branches. One of the guild's foreign branches. As I'm sure you already know by now, Liberl isn't the only country where the Bracer Guild exists. On top of that, your father is widely known all across the Zemirian continent, so we can expect these kinds of letters from time to time. If you two would be so kind as to make sure that he gets this letter, I would really appreciate it. Now that that is all done, I will once again go around town. It was when the stars had just emerged from the veil of night that he asked me here. Sweetly he whispered on my ear, I want you to be mine. How romantic. Isn't it just the situation I've always wanted to be in? Well, I guess it's not a bad place and all, but two of them come up here just for that? Ha. Guess this type of thing can only be understood by those involved. Yes! Listen to this, guys. I got her to go out with me. Oh, Adios. It was all worth the single day of trouble I went through today. Oh, single day, huh? I guess that could be called a victory of perseverance. The NPCs here have a very nice see what's the chapel has to go for me. Another day has passed. There is nothing better than peace. War should never happen again. Oh my. You appear to be troubled by something, Estelle. Huh? Really? We as humans grow through these afflictions. These are a trial given to us by the goddess. Adios, who art on high, please guide this beleaguered youth. Oh, Adios! I give thanks for your peace and tranquility that thou hast bestowed upon us this day. Now, let's see if the munching and chewing guy is still there. Crunch smack slurp. Chew chew chew. Munch, munch, munch. Gulp. I'll get back to work after this next drink, or maybe the drink after that. That reminds me, I heard a new lode was discovered in the Malaga mine. It's maybe something to look forward to. Oh ha ha, Simon. It was certainly worth coming here to do business this time. It seems to me as though I'll be able to stock up on Septium as planned. It might even be worth staying in Roland for a little longer. Welcome, you two. Stop by and have a bite to eat every once in a while, okay? If I ask my mom and dad, I can probably get you a free meal. Munch, munch, munch. Chew, chew, chew. Slurp. Let's see, that should be it with the accounting for today. I'd better get ready to close up shop for the day. There's one more space. That I want to go to before the day is over. Of all the things Pat could have done, he ran off outside of town. Even after I told him so many times how dangerous it is because of roaming monsters. I'm going to have my husband give him a talking to later. Phew. I finally found the book I was looking for. I wonder why it was shelved with Pat's books. Thanks for saving us today, Estelle. I wonder what would have happened to us if you and Joshua hadn't come. Luke might grumble and say some mean things, but I'm sure he's really grateful to you, Estelle. Please don't get too angry with him. Luke is naughty as all get out these days. Just when I thought he was late coming home, turns out he ran off to the Ismaelis tunnel. It's a good thing those bracers went after him like they did, or who knows what could have happened. Huh. I want to say I'm grateful that you saved us. And, I hate to admit it, but you were pretty cool, Estelle. Not as cool as your dad, of course. Oh, really? Granted, my dad's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm beat. Ah, yes. One other shop. Let's see. This is where you can get all your stuff. Your gear and everything. But because this is a new game plus, I already have anything. Well, I'd better get dinner ready. Estelle, Joshua, would you like to join us for dinner? I'll whip you up something delicious. Today's not a good day. Are you trying to say that my cooking isn't good anymore? Huh? You used to tell me how delicious my cooking was when you were a little girl. But now... not like that at all. I'm really sorry if we've upset you in any way, but our dad's waiting at home for us. I see. I'm sure your father wants you home for dinner. Poor Cassius would be all alone in that house by himself. Phew, it's already that time again. I put in a good day's work today. Guess it's about time I closed up shop. Estelle, Joshua, I'm looking forward to hearing about other great things from you. Hey Joshua. Do you think I'm really cut out to be a racer? Well, you seem to have inherited your father's skill with the staff, and your nosy personality doesn't let you ignore someone in distress. Really? You think so? Sure, but why are you asking? Are you still thinking about what happened back at the tower? Yeah. Because of my carelessness, Luke almost got caught in the middle of a dangerous situation. Dad didn't come when it did. He could have been seriously injured. I guess I was just worried about whether or not I'd be able to stay on top of things in the future. That kind of talk doesn't sound like the Estelle I know. Huh? If we fail today, then that's all that's left to do is take back our losses tomorrow, right? Overthinking and worrying about things hasn't happened yet. It's definitely not like it. Isn't being a bracer what you've always dreamed of? How can you expect to succeed if you let something like what happened today discourage you? Joshua, you're right. This isn't like me at all. I don't think a serious expression really suits your face either. You laughing like a big ditz is far more natural for you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're gonna see my angry expression if you keep that up. Okay. I admit that last comment was pushing things a bit. I'll overlook it this time. And thanks for cheering me up. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready to get home and eat. My stomach started growling like a bear. Maybe glutton is closer to the mark than ditz. Now, do we want to go home immediately? Of course not. This is a Trails game. It's getting late. Sure that Dad's waiting for us, so let's head home. Roger that. It's a lot of voices to do, and sometimes I get them mixed up, and sometimes I like the voices I do so much that I redo them sort of in my head, but not really, as you saw. Why can't I grab the axe? Well, I'm home. We're home, Dad. We finished reporting the guild like you told us to. Good work, kids. The details of your reports will be reviewed at each branch, and will affect your pay and rank advancement in the future. Please make sure that you always remember to do it. Don't worry, we will. Before I forget, I got that copy of the Liberal News you wanted. There's this letter for you at the guild, too. A letter, huh? Well, I'm gonna get cleaned up and start dinner. Oh, and Dad? Thanks for coming when you did today. You really helped me out back there. I see you've gotten rather gracious today. Papa's happy. How delightful that my daughter has finally understood what a great man her father truly is. There's no need to hold back. Still, come and jump into your father's loving arms. In your dreams? I swear, the men in this house have one thing in common. They never know when to shut up. I guess she's not as depressed as I thought she'd be. Should I be thanking you, Joshua? I didn't do much. I just gave her a push in the right direction. Stell's a resilient girl, to begin with. Yes, she is. But she still has a long way to go. She'll run into more than just a few stumbling blocks in this line of work. And overcoming those obstacles, Swell will teach her to stand on her own 2 feet. Wouldn't Lloyd like to hear this speech? There's that soft side of yours talking again. Oh no! Are these supposed to explode like that? I guess I shouldn't have gone in expecting to make a perfect meal on a single try. No, wait. Cooking is supposed to be about passion. Exploding aids are passionate, right? Now, once more. That daughter of mine can be sometimes a little too passionate. I think I'll go help with dinner. I don't want the curtains to catch fire again. At that rate, there's no telling when we can expect to have a bite of food ready at the dinner table. Haha. Alright then, let's see what the letter's all about, shall we? A message from the Erebonian Empire. What? Wow. Wow, this is a surprise. This new dish is what I call Estelle's explosion over rice. Be sure to savor every last morsel. I will. Your cooking this evening is excellent. My compliments to the chef. This is raw talent at its best. Today certainly has been a busy but great day nonetheless. We qualified as junior braces, had our first real assignment, and I didn't even lose my eyebrows making dinner this time. Not to mention the food being delicious. For our first attempt, this dish is actually quite edible. At first I thought I might have to pitch it out the window when you weren't looking, but it seems like technique won't be necessary tonight. Sometimes you're just so despicably rude, Dad. Don't you know how to be humble and just say something tastes nice? Alright then, how about I say, boy, I never thought I'd be able to eat something wonderful like this before I had to leave on business. You made a splendid meal, Estelle. Thanks, Dad. Wait, business? Are you really leaving again? Yes. Something unexpected came up this time. I'm going to be away for a while. Hold on a minute. You're leaving when? Tomorrow morning. What? I don't care what kind of job you're doing. That's just too soon. It's about that letter, isn't it? Was there some sort of incident? Oh, it's nothing like that. Just a simple investigation. I'll have to visit a number of places, so it'll take me about a solid month before I'm through. That being the case, please take care of the house while I'm away. What do you mean, that being the case? You always use some vague excuse like that and take off for who knows how long. We have to accept it, Estelle. A bracer's job is just to help those who come to us for help. I know, I know. What are you going to do about all your jobs here at the Roland branch? You already accepted a few of them, haven't you? Oh, only about 5 or 6. So I was thinking, and how about the both of you handle them for me instead? What? Are you really asking us to do the work that you're supposed to be doing? That I am. I'll have you do the ones which I think you can accomplish. And I'll ask Scheherazade to handle a few of the difficult ones. So what do you say? Sure. Of course we will. You're okay doing these too, right, Joshua? Yeah, no problem. Looks like a good way to get some experience as a bracer. Then it's settled. I'll stop by the guild and let Aina know about the change of plan before I leave. Alright, I'm starting to feel more determined than ever. We'll bust our tails with these jobs so we don't tarnish your name while you're gone. Oh, Estelle, my beloved daughter, Papa is so proud. Oh, my dear Lena, who art in heaven, can you see your daughter now? Our little Estelle has grown up to be such a lovely young woman. Face it, Dad, you're getting old. People lose their trust in you at this age. Might as well just throw in the towel forever. I'm only helping out because I'm your daughter, and I have a duty to pay you back for the last 16 years. I'm only 45, and what's more, I'm very likely the most active member in the entire guild. Not bad for a pair of comedians. By the way, Dad, which flight are you on tomorrow? The one headed for Grand Cell or the one headed for Bose? I'm on the one headed to Grand Cell. My flight departs at 10 o'clock in the morning. That means I'll have to get up a little earlier tomorrow. Better set my alarm clock just in case. Dad. Are you still awake, Joshua? Better hold off on the liquor or Estelle will get mad again. This is just my way of lifting my spirits before I travel. How about yourself? Would you like to join me for a drink? I'll pass. Actually, what should I be saying in his ears? Don't offer alcohol to minors. I'm not like Shara, who would jump at any chance to enjoy a drink or 10. Haha, that's because she holds her liquor much better than I do. There's something really serious happened, isn't there? There's no conclusive evidence, but it appears there to be some sort of movement within the Empire. The Erebonian Empire? That sounds pretty suspicious. This movement doesn't appear to be overt, but that's what has me worried. I intend to do a little probing at the Erebonian Embassy to see what turns up. Understood. I'll make sure to look after Estelle while you're gone. Don't you spoil that girl, you hear me? Now that she's become a bracer, she needs to learn to look after herself. Estelle will be fine. She's got good instincts and besides being a bit rough around the edges, she has talent with that staff as well. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll be a first-class bracer someday. Yet at present, she's like a babe in arms who knows nothing about the realities of the world around her. At some point in time, she'll have to choose which path to follow in life. And Joshua, the same thing can be said for you too. It's already been 5 years since you became a part of this family, hasn't it? How time does fly. Yes. Sure does seem that way. About what you said back there. Are you sure you won't reconsider taking those words back? For me, keeping my word is what defines who I am. If I can't do something as simple as that, I don't know how I could live with myself. I know this may sound stubborn, but I can't take back what I said. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize, but I'd like you to remember this. No matter what path you choose in life, you can't erase these last 5 years. Stella and I will always be your family, no matter what may befall you. Thanks, Dad. And with that, the prologue is over. Well, it looks like it's time for me to board my flight. Estelle, don't do anything I wouldn't do myself, and try not to be a handful for Joshua either. For the umpteenth time, I heard you already. How about you try and get on board yourself with your own work? You're not getting any younger, you know. Say what you will, but I'm not about to be overtaken by any youngsters. Sherazade, I'm really sorry about placing all this work on your shoulders at the last minute. Please, don't be. I'm slightly concerned, however, about whether or not I can do a decent job in your place. There's no need to be humble, Silverstreak. I don't mean to make your life any more difficult, but please keep an eye on these two. Yes, just leave that to me. Is tightening up the reins and not spoiling these two fine with you? You definitely understood the way I think. Well, that's all it's about. Ha. Looks to me like a mutual understanding between master and pupil. The Grancel-bound airliner, Lindy, will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now. Uh-oh. I better take my seat. Have a great trip, Dad. We'll take care of everything here while you're out. When you're done with your work, make sure you come straight home. And no goofing off. Is that any way to see your beloved Papa off? Oh well. I guess I'll try my best to come back home as soon as I can. Alright, you two. Be good while I'm gone. And with that, the ship goes off. He's gone. Again. Yeah. Come on, you two. There's no need to look so down. Your father will be back in no time. I don't know what type of investigation he's asked to do this time, but when it comes to your father, he'll have it done before you know it. I'm not sad that he's gone. He's always been way more than he's been at home. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on those jobs your father left for me. But if you run into any trouble, give me a holler. Will do. But first, I'd like to try and finish a few jobs with Joshua. I want to see what we're capable of doing as junior bracers. Alright, if you insist. I imagine that with Joshua tagging along, there's probably not much to be worried about. Good luck, you two. Thanks. We'll do our best. So what do you want to do now, Estelle? Shall we stop by the guild? Yeah, we should probably talk to Ada and find out what jobs are waiting for us. Let's go! This is the door to the traffic control tower. Looks like this is where they control the lighting devices and the boarding bridge. There's always secrets at airports. We're making a good start today. For now, I'd probably rate that girl as an 83. Yeah? Yes. Whew. This job here is done. The wind sure is calm today. A perfect day for air travel, you ask me. Luke's been like that since this morning. Boys are so simple-minded. Now to go in. Find the shiny rock. Oh, good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Has her father already left? Yep, just barely. That's why we came here to find out about the jobs he left for us. Sure. There are a total of 3 jobs that I lined up for you. For the first one, I'd like you to head out to the farm west of here. The farm west of here? Isn't that where Tio lives? Tio? I seem to have heard that name somewhere before. Tio Purcell. She is one of the classmates at Sunday school. She's also the Purcell farm owner's daughter. Oh, really? It's actually the Purcell farm that put in a request to have someone exterminate some monsters. Are they really having trouble like that? Fortunately, no one has been hurt, though the owner and his family are upset over their fields being destroyed by the creatures. Therefore, the guild received an extermination request. I never would have expected something like that to happen. Okay, we'll head out there right now. Here, take this with you. This document certifies that you were dispatched by the guild. Please give it to the owner of the farm. We already know Tio's father pretty well, so I don't think this is necessary. But we'll take it just in case. And I shall go and search for that shiny rock. This is really weird. Where could it have gone? Oh, excuse me, but can I ask you something? You didn't see a shiny rock around here anywhere, did you? Huh? A shiny rock? Yeah, that's right. One that sparkles. You didn't see a rock like that lying around here, did you? Are you saying you lost something? I don't recall seeing anything like that. Do you know where you might have dropped it? My mom was calling for me, so I ran over to the general goods store where she was. I know I had it in my hand at the time, but when I came back here, it was gone. When you say general goods store, you mean Mr. Reinhart's store, right? Are you looking in front of his store? Obviously, that's the first place I looked. You don't need to treat me like a kid, you know. My, aren't you a charmer? Well, I already asked the Bracer Guild to help find it, so I'm sure it'll show up sooner or later. If you happen to come across it, give me a holler straight away. I'll probably be around. I've already searched around the general goods store for where haven't I looked? Hey, where did Cassius take off to? He's away on business and won't be back for a while. Is that so? Sigh. Cassius was the one who I was most focused on. That's too bad. Claire. I think that even if Cassius dressed in normal attire, he still shines as an adult male. By changing his style, he'd express himself in a characteristic bow, aside from the typical Joe. There's no doubt he's popular on a whole new level too. Claire, how old are you again? She's a precocious one, isn't she? Unbelievable. I came all the way here just to find that I wasted all this time for nothing. I can't find any buyers and the shops are bigger cheapskates than I thought they'd be. I guess it's safe to say that the backwater places still will be backwater places. This lady is really making me angry. Huh? And just who are you supposed to be? Then again, I really don't care who you are. I'll give you a deal, so how about you buy something? What? Would one of these wood carvings work for you? You won't find with good workmanship like this outside the Calvard Republic? Calvard, sounds familiar. Is that some famous store or something? The Calvard Republic is a country to the east of the Liberal Kingdom. I knew that. So Calvard make food craft items are what you're selling. I'm sure you'd find a lot more people willing to take them off your hands if you went to the Royal City. You think so? I really thought someplace in the boonies like this would be a taker on these, but maybe I was wrong. Danger, danger, anger, meter rising. Oh well. I guess I'll try heading to Grand Sale sooner rather than later. Then again, where is my son Charles up to? Just when I thought I could get some help out of him, he ups and wanders off. I'm pretty sure. they're all seeping. Might as well check inside. Looks like Lindy just arrived at the landing port. I'm sure the products I ordered from those are here, so I gotta go pick them up. What is the deal with everything being in short supply around here? Damn it! Somehow I'm going to have to take a grade A product before I head to my next business deal. Let's see, how about I get to work on my inspections and maintenance? This tower is a symbol of Roland, its history, and its and it is my pride and joy. Yep, looking everywhere. There's residence. Well, one of the best things about this game is that the NPC dialogue changes regularly. I was just thinking about this as I was out shopping, but it seems like there's a lot less quality of vegetables here than there used to be. I wonder if it's just my imagination. If my lower back hadn't given me all this trouble, I'd still be working in the forest. Too bad my body aches so bad. As it does at this age, I still want to get out there and work. I feel a bit insecure about my daughter's husband working out there alone. I'm gonna start on Sunday school soon. I wonder if school is fun. My husband, who manages the mines, works so hard, so I need to work hard too. When I think about things this way, strangely, I don't feel likely that we're apart. Hee hee, I guess this is all another way of showing each other our love. And now I'm going downstairs to, I guess I'll give up on the, find a shiny rock. you happen to find a shiny rough, give me a holler. I don't know, probably in here. Looks like the airliner bumming from the Royal City from Bose arrived. But since we've got nothing coming in, we'll be able to focus on work here in the shop. Is that you, Spam, Joshua? Could you not bother me while I'm working? But I guess you're old enough that I don't have to tell you that, huh? Joe Braces, huh? Now that's something else. I changed my mind about you kids. Sam Braces now, are you? Huh? What's the matter? Wonder what this is. There's something shining there through the sewer grate. You're right. Looks like something must have fallen through. The sewers? Don't tell me you forgot about the sewers already. You know, that Smalley Rant's monster infested place where we were not that long ago? Oh, right. Those sewers. We went there during our practical training, right? The entrance to the sewer should be back behind the chapel. If you're so interested in what's down there, then how about we check it out a little later? Sure, let's do that. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Not quite yet. I gotta go. And like I'll avoid what monsters I can and what other monsters.
Piece of cake.
We're good to go.
And there is, wow. But of course, it's guarded by some monsters. Of course!
We're good to go.
I see now. The thing that we were shining through the sewer grates was this. Seems like it. A quartz fragment, huh? Now we know why I was shining so much. The way it sparkles is so beautiful. This is made of septium too, right? Loosely speaking, yes. But let's talk about it later. This isn't really the place to have a leisurely chat. I guess you're right. No normal person would have to stay here any longer than they have to. Now, it's time to head back to that kid. Ooh, Milch Main Road. Hey! Is that rock? Could it be? Could it be that this is a rock you've been looking for? Yep, this is the one. My shiny rock. Why is it all dirty like this? Hey, don't you have something to say before you complain? You guys are bracers, right? I've already paid your money to the guild. Therefore, I think I have the right to complain. That's not the problem here. Calm down, Estelle. He's just a kid. I know that, but... Quartz is what you were looking for, right? Yep. That's the one. This rock is really quartz? You mean it's the same kind of quartz that's in an orbit? Yep. It's the same type of quartz made of sepith. It's chipped, so it doesn't function anymore. I see. So this rock belonged to an orbit. What's wrong? You seem a bit out of it. You know me? Nah, it's nothing. I'm glad you found it. I guess that's about it then. Oh, that reminds me. I almost forgot. Take these. My mom gives me to these and tells me they're healthy, but they're kind of bitter, so I can't stand them. Anyway, I appreciate you did for me today. Seriously. What a cheeky little kid. I'm sure it's a difficult age for him. But, wonder why he was searching for that quartz. What do you mean? Now you mention it, it does seem a little strange. But, oh well, everyone has something they think is important. True words couldn't be spoken. Perhaps this kid has an interest in orphans. I, for one, don't see what's so interesting about those overly complex gadgets. My brain, just thinking about them. Except the fact that you have to get used to them sooner or later. You won't be able to fill your job as a racer if you can't use one. Alright, I'll try and learn. Oh well, maybe I'll try hard. Then again, my idiot son has not been very much help. Just when I think he's starting to help, he disappears somewhere. Now that that's all done, we can go and fight the Milch Road monster. And we shall while we're out here, you'll go searching, I believe, yes, some monsters appear. And with that, going to attack with the best spell ever.
That's that then. Let's move out.
With that, we get the Topaz Talisman. You open the empty chest and stare inside. The chest stares back accusingly. I think the Milch Road monster's on Milch Road 2? Yeah. That's a personal farm. It's in 3. Now,
That's that then. Let's move out.
need to get better at talking to you guys about stuff. Ah, yes, my porchetta. Just, see, the whole thing about porchetta is it is a pork skin wrapped in a pork loin and spiced accordingly. Now, there were many,
Piece of cake.
there are many different spice mixtures. The important stuff, though, is salt and pepper. And you gotta, like, do a little crosshatch thing on the skin, and you gotta poke a bunch of holes in the back, and definitely takes a lot of work.
That's
And
that
hoping to put it in the oven today, if that is possible. The chest is empty. Haha, got you. Now, where is that Milch Road monster? The chest is empty. Surprised? Maybe I'm confused with a different time period. Let me check. Milch Road Monster. Nope. Somewhere along here. One, yes. Going back to my porchetta. It's supposed to be really delicious. Hopefully, after I put it in the oven and bring it out, it will be delicious.
That's that then. Let's
Anyway, what else is going on that I could talk about? Yeah, I guess streaming's pretty fun. Being a part of this great Twitch community. And where is that monster? What the crap? It's supposed to be out here.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Ah, there it is. And now I will show you the benefits of doing New Game Plus.
We're good to go.
It's a build. And now I will go back and report to those quests. First job I'm gonna have you do is a monster extermination at the Purzel Farm. The farm can be reached by heading south at the break along the Mills Road. Good luck. Yep. And we just made it to junior brother 8th class. And we got the information. Good work. It seems like you objected. You've completed your objective without any trouble. If you finish any other jobs, please come back and report again. And I guess I'll go in and I'll take care of those ingredients. I'm seeing if I can't learn any new because apparently I'm missing some of the recipes. French fries. Flour soda. Hot fried chicken. Is there a way to get to the notebook? From there. Hot fried chicken. Holy popcorn. Rainbow jelly beans. Mouthful soup. Carmine. That was what I was looking for earlier. And maple cookie. Alrighty. Well, since now would be a good time to save, since we're heading to a mission that requires some amount of skill. And, you know, actually, you know what? First, we're going to go back home and get a sleep. Even though we don't have any reason to sleep except for our MP is not at peak. That also gives us more time to actually use this feature. And at the end of each stream, when I receive a Carnelia chapter, I will do you the favor of reading it to you guys. I stood there, upright in front of the revolving door, scuffing the heels of my boots against the ground, pulling slightly on the collar of my trench coat. I dropped my chin and gazed at the partial reflection in the curved glass. Aside from my short cropped hair, I wore a modest-looking double-breasted leather raincoat and a pair of special order steel-reinforced boots, both of which at first glance appeared to be the most common of common apparel. Yet they were in fact much more than the naked eye could detect. My ordinary average appearance was just as much importance today as it had been on any other day in times past. Not far off, the sound of footfalls echoed rhythmically, like the steady beat of a pendulum swinging back and forth, as the throngs of those coming and going moved quickly along the cobblestone avenue, enveloped in tinged silver by the morning mist. At times, the calling voice of the street peddler disrupted the steady flow. But as soon as the hawking of cry faded away, it would resume its course. Each morning that I found myself setting foot in the Imperial City, I also found my surroundings to be unchanged and stained by the same somber tone of gray. Snatching up a magazine from the underarm of a street vendor, I tossed a few mirror into the left hand poised expectantly behind his back. The Imperial Chronicle, the magazine I read so often that even the ink bleeds were familiar. Roughly flipping over its cover, I scanned the headlines along the top of its monochrome page. Then suddenly my breath caught in my throat. At the very bottom of the local news page, I found those letters, that sequence of characters which I had not heard or seen since the time of that life-changing incident. My eyes instantly gravitated to the spot, and for a time remained fixated. Einselnate. The very meaning of those letters became lost to my senses, as I stood motionless, my gaze fixed on the same line of text, until it all seemed to coalesce into a single blotch of ink. After a few seconds of blank comprehension, my vision settled, and I wrenched my eyes to the beginning of the article. As I began to read, my memories verged on a single point in my past, then slowly started to run its reverse, heading for that fateful event 3 years prior when this name was first introduced to me. It was on an afternoon all those years ago, on a day not unlike this one, where the capital was overshadowed by the typical gloomy aura. I was a little younger than now, a 22-year-old boy who had stood silently in front of this boutique door as usual, double-checking his appearance before slightly treading over to Mick's Imperial Factory. It was on this day that I had been arranged for me to receive a new job from Meekt, the shop owner himself. Although he was a drab middle-aged man, I, being the Aardman enthusiast I was, had found myself as one of his few regular customers. I headed down a dank alleyway, and after passing through a partially rotted wooden gate, I could see the soft glow of the flickering orbital light just outside the entrance to the factory, though the structure was halfway below street level. I first began receiving jobs from Meekt about the time when dissension began to occur in society over the 100 Days' War. It was during this period that relations between the Liberal Kingdom and the Empire were at the worst. The importation of ornaments had become almost non-existent. Conspiring with underground elements and planning a smuggling operation,
Meeks made me out to be his accomplice in crime. For the job which I received by his hand was none other than that of the courier. Being nothing more than a commoner in my teens at the time, I met him and a juvie devoid of any connection in life. Besides, I naturally jumped at the opportunity without a moment's hesitation. Yet even after relations with Liberal had returned to some degree of normalcy, I realized I was in no need to give up my specialty, which focused mainly on the delivery of stolen goods. The reason being there was no job out there which could bring this kind of money that this one did. With an unrefined and inconspicuous appearance, I had countless times before hidden items of various sorts in my hat and trousers, and made my way hither and thither between the borders of these neighboring nations. And through my delight, my wallet has become increasingly laden with the bounty of monetary rewards. I had routinely changed my alias as a precautionary measure, so much in fact that these false names had built up into quite a list over the past few years. I've been known as Phil, the frivolous, Rooney the trickster, and even Chris the coward. However, Meek did always call me by one name, Toby. This was the identity I used for my initial job, and the one I liked above all the others. And with that, I will bid you guys adieu. Thank you for joining me.